welcome back. It is 6 after 12 o'clock, and we're now going to be talking with Moses Seaga. He is the PRO for the Johannesburg District Youth Crime Prevention Desk. And as we have just come out of Youth Day yesterday, it is still Youth Month, and there's a strong focus on challenges on the youth and how we can assist them and uplift them and help them make all the right choices in their lives so that they don't land up into a life of crime or a wasted life on street corners and addiction and all other heinous activities that drains them of their youth. So a very good morning to you, Moses Seaga. Welcome to the program.
Good morning, good morning, good morning. How are you?
I'm very well, thanks. How are you doing?
Very well, thanks for asking.
Okay, so Moses, can you give an overview of the Youth Day, Youth Month program that the YCPD is running this year?
So basically, this year, what we are basically doing is that remember that June basically is a substance month. So the whole of June, basically, what we are doing is to try and create a lot of awareness regarding substance abuse and illicit trafficking. So that's our drive this year. So we're basically going around Soweto, going to different schools, doing different programs around so that we are able to address the issue and so that people can understand that actually they can get assistance whenever they need it in terms of substance abuse.
How are the youth responding to those motivational talks and when the facilitators talk to them about the harms of substance abuse? How do they respond to it?
So far, we can clearly say the response is actually good. Reason being, yesterday we started with our drive at Improve Extreme Park, where we had a lot of young people coming through and coming to us and seeking the help. So for them coming through to us and saying, you know what, we're tired of drugs, that shows us that actually people do want to stop these things. Number two, we do have a program that is called Kimocha program that is rendered by Sanka Soweto. That is being done at schools. Basically, it's a 3-month program that is being done at schools, taking the NO period. Because remember, as part of the syllabus, we do have substance abuse topic. So Sanka Soweto comes in and then addresses that issue through a modular program. So basically, they go around teaching the kids with different topics about all of these things. So the feedback that we are getting, the feedback that we are receiving from the kids, it shows that actually they are willing to learn, but not only to learn, but we can see that they're also advocating against substance abuse. Because now we have one of the kids that basically we can say we've absorbed to be our ambassadors, so that they can go out there and teach other kids. Because remember, an iron must sharpen another iron. So when we see these things happening, then we are able to see that, okay, you know what, really there's a work that needs to be done. But nonetheless, the feedback is great, we can say that.
Now, we do know that when you talk substance abuse, obviously people who are on substances, it alters their state of mind. They can't even think rationally. And that leads to other very serious issues like crime, and also mental health issues. And also the other issue that we have in our country is very high rates of teen pregnancy. So how is that narrative woven into say no to drugs? Because if you don't, these are some of the repercussions you'll be faced with.
Yeah, I know. I think us pushing that or driving that, it will need more. Why am I saying that? Remember that a lot of people don't even understand what drugs are. So we need to start on the ground roots of understanding what drugs are. Because anybody can just tell you that drugs is nyaope, drugs is crystal meth, is cocaine, it's heroin, and whatsoever. But actually, a drug is any substance that you take changes your mental state. It affects your body. So by the now, remember, we have drugs that we can get out of the counter, of which we don't consider them as drugs. Simple things like your grandpa, your panados, we sometimes don't consider them as drugs, but actually they are harmful to our systems. They are harmful to us because now remember, a drug is something that you can actually get addicted to. But then now, if we don't change the narrative of people understanding what drugs are, then it becomes a problem for us. But hence we are pushing these awareness campaigns to say to people or to the community out there to say, guys, let's understand what drugs are. Let's understand
So
when
you
you speak of drugs. Come again?
yeah. You give them the awareness of what drugs are, but do you have support programs in place? Let's assume you have a group of people who are addicted to drugs, and you talk to them about becoming clean to kick the habit. It's very difficult to do that overnight. Do you have programs and support structures in place to help them clean up their act and to stay sober, to stay clean?
We can safely say currently we are busy working on that because remember, Sanka Soweto does a vast of things. So one of the things that we've done, one of the programs is to try firstly to do what we call a drug test, which we then identify what kind of a drug that the person takes, and then we have systems and programs in place to ensure that we assist that particular person. But not only that, but to ensure also that whenever a person tests positive, we are able to take the person to rehab. When the person then comes back to rehab, we then do certain programs with that particular person so that you remember an idling mind is a dangerous mind. So we then try by all means to ensure that this kind of person gets something that he or she can do to keep their bodies and their minds in place. So there's a lot that we've put into place to make sure that this year becomes a success for us.
Okay, let's go for our first ad break. We'll come back and talk some more about success stories, about the youth programs, which undoubtedly each year you have a different theme. So we'll talk more about it after the ad break.
Penny Appeal's Education First campaign helps children to get access to quality education.
I'm 14 years old. When I grow up, I'd like to be a scientist.
We believe every child belongs at school.
And we want education, a better education.
Learning and dreaming their way to a better future. With your help, we can provide classrooms, desks, stationery packs, and school shoes. Help make these dreams a reality. Visit www.pennyappeal.org.za or call 031 1100 573. Penny Appeal. Small change, big difference.
Shimmer, sparkle, captivate. Nothing less than a masterpiece. Droplets of gold inspires precious design. Platinum bursts with intricate freshness, and every pure diamond becomes more than just a girl's best friend. Voda Gold Gem Jewelers, where timeless dreams become a reality. Come to us. We tailor-make designer gold, platinum, and diamond jewelry. Trade in or remodel your old gold. Clad yourself with classy name-branded watches. We offer insurance valuation and freezer card calculation. Visit us at 534 Ridge Road, Overport, or call 031 208 9142. Voda Gold Gem Jewelers, manufacturers of fine gold and diamond jewelry.
Valley's Motor Spares. We supply motor spares and accessories for all makes and models of motor cars, LDVs, bakkies, trucks, and earth-moving equipment. We deliver on time, every time. Please contact us via WhatsApp on 014-592-0925 or call 014-592-0925 or visit 28 Zenderling Street, Rustenburg. Remember the name, Valley's Motor Spares.
You South African, of course. You anxious about the future. We've got you covered. Build on your wealth portfolio with Randry Jewelers Gold Coin Exchange. Visit us at 151 Stephen Dlamini Road, Musgrave, Durban, or call us on 031-202-4700 for more information. Randry Jewelers Gold Coin Exchange, your passport to gold investment.
Dad, these Frymax chips are so tasty.
Wow, that really takes me back. My dad bought me a Frymax chips every day after school. They were my favorite when I was your age as well. Quality is at the very heart of what we do, and that's why we ensure that every Frymax packet is filled with the beautiful goodness and flavor-packed taste that you've come to expect from us since 1982. Frymax, from generation to generation.
It's a new beginning. It's a new era. Salam Media, humanitarian journalism.
17 after 12 o'clock. Welcome back. We're talking with Moses Seaga. He is the Johannesburg District Youth Crime Prevention Desk, PRO. We are looking at Youth Day and Youth Month and the initiatives that the YCPD is involved in and the success rates. This year, the theme is anti-drugs, obviously. So welcome back to you, Moses. And I'm kind of wondering, what are the biggest challenges faced by youth in Joburg right now? You've highlighted one of the biggest challenges, and that, of course, is substance abuse. But one of the other challenges, and how is the YCPD addressing them?
Clearly, one of the challenges that we know that everybody's talking about is unemployment. Unemployment is one of the challenges because remember, we have a huge number of young people who are unemployed, and with that, it then leads them into all of these wrong things that we are faced with currently. Whether it be substance abuse, whether it be perpetrators of crime, they get infected with that. But then now, the solution that we are having so far is that people should go and volunteer. There's different places where you can volunteer your time, volunteer your energy, do something productive with your life. And yes, we do say the government is looking at in terms of skill development centers. We wish we had a lot of skill development centers around where people can go and do something with their lives. But then nonetheless, we're hoping that with everything that they're busy doing, the government will also come in place and, work with us to ensure that we make this world a better place.
Yes, please. It's so important to have people like yourself around to make a difference. How does the YCPD work with other community stakeholders like SAPS, schools or NGOs to support youth beyond Youth Month?
One thing I know is that you can never do anything with you being just alone. You need stakeholders, you need people around. So we have different stakeholders that we work with to ensure that everything goes well. For example, with Sanka Soweto, that whenever we take someone who's suffering from substances, we refer them to Sanka Soweto. When you come to Sanka Soweto, you get assistance. Not only that, there's different NGOs that we are working with, NGOs such as your NICRO, your mental health, your POWA. There's a lot that we work with, just to try and make sure that, but not only that, we're also bringing on board, private entities, private businesses, where we are saying people like your Base 5 Guide, your Roots in Protea Clan, that is actually assisting people who are unemployed to say, guys, if you come from Sanka Soweto and actually you've been rehabilitated, you can come on board, we can give you or offer you a job. So in that way, we know that these stakeholders are assisting a lot in curbing the spread of substance abuse and unemployment rate. So I think, stakeholders, they play a vital role in making sure that we win this pandemic that we're faced with.
So Moses, what long-term impact do you hope this year's Youth Month program will have on young people in Johannesburg?
Honestly speaking, is to make sure that our young people are shaped correctly. They know what they want. They become leaders in their own perspective ways. We just want to see change. We just want to see our own people being able to stand on their own, believing in whatever they believe in, you know what I mean? So we just hope that this year things will be different. Remember, the main aim is to build leaders. And we hope that this year we'll be able to say we've done that job. We've created proper leaders, people who know their place, and people who are ready to take on this world.
What advice would you give to young people who want to be a part of the solution in their own communities?
As I said, go around, go to NGOs around, go to police station, you can go and volunteer. As we know, the youth crime prevention desk is a voluntary structure that is there within the police station. So people can go to their nearest police station and volunteer and, be part of the change, basically.
And finally, what does Youth Day personally mean to you? And how has it shaped your work with the YCPD?
Wow. Wow. To be quite honest, that means a lot for me. Because now, when I started with the whole thing, I started 2016, 2015.
Right.
And when we started, there was no people. We didn't even have a structure. But currently, we can safely say in all 42 stations that we have in Johannesburg, we actually having more than 36 stations that are currently active with youth crime prevention desk members. So that says a lot for us. It shows that there's a lot of things that are happening. It shows that actually, there's growth. There's growth within the youth crime prevention desk. People don't see it just as a voluntary structure, but people, they see it beyond that. So for me, it has worked a lot. And not only that, it has developed me to become the person that I am today. I'm currently doing a lot with my life. There's where I'm working. There's a lot I'm doing. And
how did you end up there, Moses?
Desk.
How did you end up at the YCPD? Because you've been there for almost 10 years.
Basically, it's me going to the station and asking is there anything that I could do? Because remember, at first, it was more about I want to be a police officer. But then now, we busy applying, and then nothing happens. And then there was this thing called youth crime prevention that I thought about to say, no, you know what? Why not volunteer and see what I can do? Also found out that it's something that I could actually love. I ended up loving it. I ended up, living it basically. It's a part of me right now. It's what I do and it's what I'm proud of currently as we speak.
Is it difficult to get involved with the YCPD? You've indicated that unemployed youth should probably volunteer their services. But at what point will they be gainfully employed? Because they also need to put bread on the table. But by volunteering, they will acquire skills and they will become more employable. But it does mean commitment on their part, does it not?
It does. But, I believe volunteering is all about how you look at it. It's a matter of what is it that you want, what is it that you want to see happen. As you just said, you volunteering, it's part of you acquiring skills. But not only that, it's you engaging with other stakeholders. Maybe, who knows, maybe someone can actually identify you and employ you. So you'd never know. That's why I always say to young people out there to say, as much as you're part of youth crime prevention desk, you need to continue applying as much as you can, and you never know. One of the good days, you might find someone who can say, you know what, we want to employ you. Because remember, if you can check currently, a lot of our young people, they would say they're unemployable because of now the rate of what they do, the substance abuse and what else. So you find that some of them, they are not even employable. So with them volunteering, they are acquiring a lot of skills to ensure that actually they can be employable, So I would advise a lot of people to say, go to the nearest police station, carry your certified ID copy, and then just be part of the youth crime prevention desk. That's how simple it is.
Okay, before I let you go, what age groups would qualify to volunteer at police stations and other organizations so that they can acquire skills and become more employable?
So basically, for youth crime prevention tests, what we need people between the ages of 18 to 35. So if you are between the ages of 35, you can be part of the youth crime prevention test. But not only that, remember, we also work with the CPF, which is Community Policing Forum,
right,
that you can also be part of, irrespective of whether you age. You can also be part of that, so you don't have to worry about that. So people can just come through with the IDs, then we do fingerprints just to check if they've got any criminal records, so that we can then assist if they do have criminal records. But as you know, there are criminal records that we cannot clear. But for those that we can clear, we'll be able then to assist them.
Okay, Moses Seaga, thank you indeed. Marvelous work being done by you. And you're also indicating that there are opportunities for unemployed youth. And they don't necessarily only have to volunteer at SAPS, they can volunteer anywhere. And in the process of their volunteering work, they can acquire skills and prove themselves and become more employable. Thank you indeed. God bless, go well, and may you grow from strength to strength.
So much. Have a productive day. Thank you so much.
Thank
Thank you
you.
so much. I really appreciate it.
Bye.
Thank you.
It is 12:27. We are going to be moving on to our final interview in a minute or two, something I've been waiting for all morning. We're going to be talking with an amazing sister, and that, of course, is Mu'alima Fadwa Solomon. She is the founder of the Qamar Institute, and we're going to be talking to her about 2 programs that she's going to be running here in Johannesburg. Please stay with us.